Welcome back to another One Piece chapter deep dive. This week we have chapter 1138, which is easily the most important chapter we have ever gotten in all of One Piece. Again, I keep saying that a lot these days, but each chapter is getting crazier and crazier, and this one easily opened up the world for theory crafting bigger than it's ever been opened. So for the next 30 minutes, we are going to do a deep dive into theories, thoughts, everything that we could pull from the initial reaction of this chapter. This will follow immediately after I finish reading the chapter for the first time. If you would like a full uncut version of the live stream, that will be available on my Patreon, link down in the description, of course. But guys, without further ado, this is your final spoiler warning. It is time to talk about One Piece chapter 1138, one of the most epic chapters of all time. Let's get into it. Here we go, guys. Here we go. The first world. Within the earth there was fire. Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun. The enslaved prayed, and the sun god appeared. The earth god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire shrouded the world in death and darkness, and they will never meet. This is nuts, y'all. The second world. Within the void, there was breath. The forest god tamed demons. The sun spread the fires of war. Those of the half moon dreamed. Those of the moon dreamed. Interesting. Man killed the sun and became God. The sea god stormed, and they will never meet. This is telling us everything, guys. What? The third world. Guys, this is so crazy. The third world. Within the chaos, there was emptiness. The inconvenient remnants recall the promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. The sun god dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun returns and brings a new morning, and they will surely meet. Yo, guys, I have just like full body chills right now. God, this is just insane, y'all. This is just insane. This is nuts, guys. This is nuts. Okay. It is time to cook. It is time to cook, guys. Analyze the first two worlds. Exactly. Enel return confirmed. Dude, so is Enel the god of the half moon? All right, so where are we placing all these people? It all seems pretty obvious, but like the Enel jump is crazy. Yo, the Arc Maxim coming down from the moon with lightning. I mean, yeah, like that's so freaking crazy. So let me reread these. Let me get this information actually down. But yeah, like Luffy's gonna bring the world to an end and start. I mean, a new dawn, dude. Frankie is Pluto confirmed, basically, dude. Basically. Feel the half moon is Wano people and the full moon is Mink people. Interesting. Okay. The pattern on the snake matches the one with the planet above the moon and the best on the Loki guy. Interesting. Yeah, so we have people with wings coming down from the sky. We've got people from Fishman Island. And yeah, this is very much seeming to be Emu holding the sun quite literally. So Nika / Luffy is going to have to go get the sun from Emu. These creatures are also like very reminiscent of the Gorosei. Like this is like one of them, and this seems to be the other, is what that seems like a lot. Enel's boat is there. Is it right here in this screen? Is it this one? With this lightning coming down, or is it this right here? This is Enel's ship probably coming down. We got the moon. Enel coming down. Dude, that's so crazy that Enel's return is basically confirmed. You saw somebody say the sixth person falling off the Gorosei ship is the one Emu just killed. So we're probably talking, for what you're saying there, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this person falling off. That'd be the one that he just killed. So like the guy that he killed like post Egghead, is that what you're referencing? You think the machine on the right is the red line? I could see that. I could totally see that, Jet. I mean, if anything, just like the giant serpent, you know, because like I think I've shared that theory with you, Jet. And a lot of the mutuals and stuff have been talking about it. But yeah, like the whole serpent being the red line, I love that theory right there. And then the flame, 100% Lunarian. Facts, dude. All these races coming together. It's interesting seeing this particular person who also very seemingly looks like Emu. I mean, obviously that's just like a big like crown, and that's what they're trying to show, but that's very much giving Emu. Everyone's made a theory in that original world devil fruit users could swim. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because let's go back to reading this. The second world, I think, is when it said the sea got mad. Wait. Within the void there was a breath, the forest god tamed demons, and the sun spread the fires of war. Those of the half moon dreamed, those of the moon dreamed. Man killed the sun and became god, and the sea god stormed, and they will never meet. So the second world, like in the culmination of what happened in the second world, that is when I would say the line for devil fruits truly was drawn, and that is when the sea officially rejected it, right? Also, Shirahoshi with the crown and Neptune's weapon. Let's go down here. Right here, yes, absolutely. Clean one. Could be Emu in the past. See, that's what I'm thinking. Or maybe the original form of Emu. We were talking last week, like, Emu could be a possessed form of the original king, right? So like, it might not necessarily be, like, you know, the same person who's been alive the whole time. It could just be someone who is, like, possessed, right? Or got taken over or corrupted or something like that. Do I think that elephant is carrying Emu and that was his curse? Oh my god, that's such a good point. Yes, so if this is Zunisha, if this is Zunisha, and Zunisha was originally on the wrong side of this and helped this original King Emu to succeed, that would be the great sin that Zunisha committed, and that's why Zunisha's cursed to walk the earth the way they are. Oh my lord, there it is, dude. That could be Zunisha's sin. Facts. Toki came to the future from the past, and they never talked about where she's from. That's absolute facts. The fact that they aren't talking about her like much at all is insane, dude. Toki was there at almost every stop in time when the Void War happened. The aftermath, Or's time, when Emmett attacked Marijois, and last noted time is for Roger's era. Jet, so what if we end up like coming back to merge timelines with her yet again? That'd be crazy. Wait, what if she didn't die but moved forward in time? That's exactly what I'm saying, Becky. If Toki didn't die and she just went to yet another crucial point in time, and then we're rapidly approaching that particular crucial moment, boom, dude. But I mean, that would make sense, right? Like Jet said, if she's been at every single crucial time, like up until this point, why wouldn't she be at the next one too, you know? Why allow herself to die when she can just yoink right to the future? Also waiting for the next Toki user? Exactly, because if Homegirl died, then who has the fruit right now? Like, that's the real question, if we're assuming that Toki's gone. Why are certain figures like Nika or the one on Zoe blacked out compared to everyone else? That's a good question. That is a good question. There's a lot to be said about that, because a lot of them are grayed out. Granted, there's a lot of disparity in the coloring, you know, because like this one up here looking like, I guess, like Yamato potentially, is like half grayed into white. You know, this is slightly darker gray. They got the flame above them, so it's very much obviously giving Lunarian, and Lunarians do have like the tan skin. Nika is completely dark, to your point. Same with the devil and all of that. I don't know, there's a lot of variation, so like I like the concept, but I also don't know if it's enough to truly go on, other than the fact that the bolded characters are slightly more important characters than the other ones, you know. Loki's 100% a good guy. He's absolutely, and he's gonna be on Team Straw Hats, at least relatively, when Luffy and Zoro come find him. You know that's going to happen. Do I think Loki is actually good since Luffy had no reaction to his character? I do. Or I think at least bare minimum Loki isn't inherently bad. Like we cooked up this big theory last time. I think King Harold was the bad guy. I think King Harold, he was trying to, you know, connect Elbaf to the rest of the world. But my theory, or our theory collectively that we were kind of cooking, is that King Harold was actually trying to connect the Elbaf with the world government, which would inherently corrupt Elbaf. I think Loki knew that and was trying to stop that corruption from happening. Even if he had to be the martyr and turn out to be the bad guy, he knew that what was best for Elbaf was to keep them separated from the rest of the world. So I think that is why, like, Loki has, like, you know, got the rap that he's got. He had to go down as the bad guy in history just so, like, the general populace of Elbaf didn't lose faith in the people, like, controlling them or whatever. But yeah, I think it's some nefarious stuff low-key going on within the governmental system, and there's obviously racism and stuff like that rampant, or not rampant, but certainly existing in Elbaf. So I really think at the absolute worst, Loki's going to be a gray character. You think Loki will be the Straw Hats' 10th member? I don't think Loki will be a member of the Straw Hats. I think we all get a little overzealous every time we get to a new island because we want like the new character that gets introduced to join the Straw Hats. I think just like with Yamato and Kinemon and so many other characters, I think he will become a quote-unquote honorary member or a supporter or an adjacent member of the Straw Hats, but I don't think he'll become a main staple of the Straw Hats. And also, where the hell are we going to put him, bro? He ain't going to fit on the ship, dude. The Giants are literally carrying the Sunny around right now. Could Frankie be covering something? 100%. I would absolutely argue that Frankie is probably covering something. I love that you thought about that, dude. Frankie being there is definitely not a coincidence. Absolutely, without a doubt. The fact that they revealed this information to us through Frankie, of all people, is huge. Like, that's something we really, really do got to think about on this. How do I feel about Shamrock? I mean, I'm really happy that we have a true, like, definitive confirmation now that, like, they're brothers. I'm disappointed that the evil twin thing did come true. Not gonna lie, I've been a certified hater of this theory. Not, you know, it is what it is. Like this is it. So yeah, Shamrock officially calling it. That's my younger twin. Which it's interesting to put it like that. My estranged younger twin brother. Like, that's a whole lot of words there, bro. And I do love that Loki's like, man, both you have managed to piss me off, man. Both of y'all have frustrated me. That is just nuts. So I'm not hype on it, but I'm not mad at it either. It's cool. It's what we've been talking about forever. Now we have at least some cleaner confirmation. Twin brother is whack. I don't love it. I'll agree. I don't love it, dude. It's not my favorite thing. They might have twin swords too. Oh, I'm sure that they do. Surely they do. I 100% believe that the Shanks we know and love is a good guy. Yes, he's been to Marie Joie, but that doesn't make him inherently a bad guy. I think we have, unfortunately, it's a clean evil twin situation, which, honest to God, is the first like womp womp I've gotten from this story in a very, very long time. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We're going to move on. You've had a theory for the longest time that the red line was the weapon machine former world snake thing that represents the Ouroboros for Emu. 100%. I just fully agree with that one at this point, dude. Is that Emu on Zunisha, and then who's the big bad on the left? I think these are reincarnations of the evil throughout it. I think this is the original sin, and then this is what it's turned into. It is what I'm thinking. So I would argue that, like, it's kind of telling me that the one on top of Zunisha here was the original king, possibly Lily, like some people have said, just the original Emu, as the corruption was happening. And then this is fully corrupted, current, the Emu that we're dealing with today kind of thing, is what I'm thinking. It's hard to tell what's the sun versus Mother Flame. I think that's the point. You know, because like it's seeming like these are all Mother Flame type things, right? Like down here in this bottom right corner. I'll zoom in for everybody. But like, you know, flames all up on these corners and everything like that. Literally just all around this entire thing, there's fire. So that's huge. But you know, this is absolutely seeming to be the sun, but it also just could be the Mother Flame. There is, to your point, there's no obvious sun in here. There's an obvious moon. And I feel like this is at least supposed to be the obvious sun, but, you know, Oda always wants us questioning things. What do I make of the slaves going into the fire and coming out with flame and halos? So I just think that's the halos is a good point. I didn't quite put that part together, or I didn't see that, but that is a good point. They're coming out with halos. I mean, these are the original people with the original sin, right? It says right here, within the earth there was fire, mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun. I think the halos are to show that when touching the sun, you get closer to God. And possibly in doing so, maybe you're getting closer to the wrong God, or in this capacity, it doesn't seem like there's one main God, right? All these gods are getting mad when things shift to other gods, like handling, it seems like, right? Because like right here it says the enslaved prayed to the sun, prayed and the sun god appeared. Then the earth god raged because the earth god was mad that they were praying to the sun god while, you know, using and taking from the earth. So then the earth god punishes the world, drowns it in death and darkness, and then they never meet. When the second one comes, Like that's when we start adding these next god. And it seems like each time we add a new god and then that god gets pissed off, right? Because in the second world, the sea god stormed after the man killed the sun and became God himself. That offended the sea god. So now we have a new god who is also pissed off, right? The forest god came in, calmed shit down. The forest god was the one basically taming what the earth god did to everything. So it's an interesting kind of like dance of power and movement that we're doing here. And then at the end, within all the chaos, there was emptiness. The emptiness is the void century. Like, it's gotta be, right? The inconvenient remnants recall the promised day, which the inconvenient remnants are the D-Clan. They're the frustrating bit that refuses to forget what history actually like said and did. They recall the promised day and hear the voice of the half moon. The voice of the half moon has to be the voice of all things, maybe? Could that be it? Sun god dances and laughs, obviously, guiding the world to its end. The sun returns and brings a new morning, and they will surely meet. Does this mean that Luffy's gonna die at the end of this, guys? Does this mean that, like, somehow Luffy might actually just end up dying and having to, like, truly become the sun? Like, make the ultimate sacrifice, dude? That'd be insane, right? That'd be insane. So we will see two other gods in person, Sun, Luffy, Emu, Earth, potentially. You also think Lily is connected to Toki? I'm sure that she is. That would make a lot of sense, actually. That would make a lot of sense. You don't think Joy Boy is a giant since we've seen him in Emmett's flashback and he was smaller than the robot, so maybe that was a buccaneer. Maybe he was a buccaneer. That's super fair. That's actually super fair. But again, we're talking about 3 different versions of him at this point now. Like there's 3 iterations. There's like Nika, then Joy Boy, then Luffy, yeah? So maybe Nika was the giant, and then Joy Boy was a buccaneer, and Luffy is Luffy. So by the text of the first world, one says the sun god and earth god don't meet again. So maybe we don't get to see the earth god in this time. Richie, that's a good point right there. That's a really good point. If they will never meet, then we absolutely should not see them in this then. And from what it seems, the sun, sea, and forest god were against the earth god and how it ruled the world. Yeah, earth god is being made out to be the bad guy. 5 sure. You think Emu's powers of immortality might rely on necromancy, and, you know, i.e. Thriller Bark? I could totally see it, especially the way he sapped all of the life from Saturn when that happened, like the way he did that, 100%. Yeah, I could totally see it. Necromancy is very much so seeming prevalent, especially with like the quote unquote demonic circles that they are like getting summoned by. Very, very much so. Again, Jet, to your point, I love your idea of just like Emu and this moment is bringing magic as a system into this. So we're not just dealing with devil fruits and hockey, but we're now also dealing with magic, a third like type of power system, which would just be nuts introducing a third power system this late in the game. But Oda could do it, dude. Oda's that guy. I would not be surprised at all. But the 19 people giving sun energy are the 20 kings that one on Zunisha is Lily in the first world. So is this 19 people specifically? That's a good point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The fact that it is 19 is impressive, dude. 19 plus Emu equals the 20 kings. No, facts. Exactly. It's perfect, dude. That's so perfect. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. That's 19. What do I rate Elbaf and Egghead as arcs? You feel like it just keeps getting better. I fully agree with that. Egghead, as of right now, is my current favorite arc because it's completed, so we can talk about that. For me, Egghead was the best because we got massive information, massive fights. It progressed the story so much, dude. So easily, Egghead's my number 1 right now, and Elbaf is well on its way, dude. I mean, Oda just gets better with each arc, pretty much. Almost every arc is better than the last in this entire story. So, do we know who punished Zunisha? That is such a good question. I have no idea. I'm going to leave that completely open to the chat if you guys want to potentially contribute. I do not know. I genuinely don't know. We were talking about how Loki over here on this panel seems to have been able to follow every single thing that's been happening in front of him, even though he's been blindfolded, which is obviously showing off a high level of observation hockey, right? What if when Luffy and Zoro come down here and find Loki and save him from these like massive stabs and everything that have happened, what if they end up bringing him back, they end up squatting, and Loki actually ends up helping train maybe all of them, but Usopp included, on some dummy lit observation hockey. And that is where Usopp actually starts to shine, and Usopp ends up getting trained by the like theorized big bad of this arc in the first place, and now seemingly potential ally. That'd be sick as hell. That'd be sick as hell, actually. You think we need Usopp to maybe make some sort of mistake again, and that makes him lock in finally? If he could make a mistake in front of the Giants and get completely clowned by them, which are the people he looks up to the most, and then be like, bro, stop fucking around and get serious, that would just, oh my god, dude. That just button my britches, you know what I'm saying? Loki has got damaged, and Luffy won't like that. I think that basically screams he won't be a villain. Oh, fully agree, because it's gonna piss Luffy off to no end when he pulls up on Loki after having been impaled by by Cerberus here, and it'll make Luffy mad in the fact that somebody was fighting fighting or injuring or hurting somebody who's tied up and defenseless. No matter how good or bad they are, everyone deserves the ability to fight back in Luffy's mind. So he's going to lose his mind. Do I think Luffy will know that it's not Shanks? 1,000,000%. Simply with what Luffy said in this chapter, let me zoom out just a little bit. When they were talking about Shanks, Luffy was just straight up adamant. Like, there's just no way. Liar. Like, immediately liar. He's like, Shanks wouldn't do that. He wouldn't beat these guys up with no reason. And he's immediately like, it's got to be a brother or something, because he's like, or like a twin or someone identical, because he would literally never do it. Like, and he even straight up says, he's like, if someone told you that Bellemere did all this, would you believe him? No. So yeah, Luffy, I have zero doubt will know the moment he runs into Shamrock that he's like, wait a minute, this ain't the vibes, dude. Do I think BB is an outlier to this prophecy? Dude, he might be, because I really haven't been able to find a clean place to put Blackbeard in this for all of it. Like, I'm struggling to fit Blackbeard in it. Like, where does Blackbeard fit within these first, second, and third epitaphs? Thoughts on potential Shiki in the beginning of this chapter? Shiki? I didn't even consider it. I've kind of completely forgot about Shiki. Remember when we all were just like only talking about Shiki? You think the Straw Hat ship gets larger this arc? It'd be crazy. Like, do you think we're at a point where it's time for the Straw Hats to get a third ship? Do you think we're there? Like, because we really could be, guys. Like, that's a genuine question to ask. Has the Thousand Sunny maxed out? Which would hurt to think, because I don't think any of us are over, saying goodbye to the Mary. So, are we there? We could be. Like, Frankie in this chapter is talking about getting wood from this tree. You'd thought potentially Toki is how and why the poneglyphs were spread, but there's not much basis besides her connection to the Void Century. I got you. I see the line you're trying to draw there. You're going to go since you're way behind on the manga. No worries, Thomas. No worries. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for some solo leveling, man. Due to Zoro being King of Hell, are we talking about, what if Blackbeard is the other monster? He very well could be that. Zoro being King of the Hell, are we talking about the Cerberus thing? Or reaction? Gold, what you talking about? This is a live reaction. Yeah, we just finished reading the chapter together. Why Loki is chillin', remember the Giant's durability is peak, and he not even near death? I do fully agree. Loki absolutely is not about to die now, but he's not having a great time. I still feel bad for him, you know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I'm about to read this theory from my homie Zen. They're a big member of this community, big member of the theory crafting part of it as well. So let's see what you got to say. Just finished reading 1138, and you've got a theory on what each of the three world stories could mean. The first world story could be about the first part, the first part could be referring to a divine judgment that humanity faced after succumbing to desire and doing something forbidden. Absolutely. The second part could be talking about the slaves wishing for the first devil fruits, which may have been the Nika fruit. That would be the god of the sun appearing, but the god of the earth became enraged. This could be representing the first emu-like figure in this cycle, since devil fruits grant supernatural abilities. Fully agree. Which is where the water weakness originates from. Yep. The god of the earth may have been enraged at humanity for rejecting nature through these strange abilities. The serpent of hell could be referring to a Jormungandr, yep, like the beast, or Jormungandr. I'm so sorry about pronunciation, guys. I'm not that guy. I'm so sorry. But the beast that destroyed the world. Fully agree with that. Your theory on the second world story is that the god of the forest sent forth the ancient giants. The sun spreading embers of war could be mass distribution of devil fruits to the people. The people of the half moon could be the humans, and the people of the moon could be the ancient giants. Humanity killing the sun could be referring to Joy Boy or the second world's Nika figure being defeated by the earth god Emu and ascending to the red line and building Marij-Wa, becoming the gods, celestial dragons, the celestial dragons see themselves as. Poseidon could be the god of the sea, which was enraged at being banished under the red line by the celestial dragons and the earth god. All right, and dude, this is a banger, Zen. And finally, the third world theory, the void upon the chaos, could be referring to the void century. Fully agree with that here. The unbidden shadows are the people who... I don't know necessarily what you mean. The unbidden shadows are the people who lived through those times. Nika's return could be the day of promise being referred to. Joy Boy could be the voice of the fragmented moon, since he could have been connected to Emu, the earth god, or Emu, the earth god, somehow. A false god claiming to be Nika tries to guide the world into destruction. You're thinking this could be Loki. Then the true Nika, aka Luffy, will return to stop Loki's destruction, bringing a new dawn. Them surely meeting again could be referring to Luffy honorably defeating Loki in battle, but befriending him afterwards, finally ending the cycle of destruction. Now, Zen, there's a lot to unpack there. To be honest, on the first two halves of that, World 1 and World 2, I think I fully agree with you. And we've touched a lot of those points in this stream at this point. The third point, though, I just don't think Loki will be the bad guy, and I don't really see them duking it out. They might do it out of a pride thing, because once Loki sees Luffy's Joy Boy form, and he's like, no, I'm the sun god, but then Luffy's like, but look at me, bro. Like, you don't even look like the sun god. I don't know. I don't see Loki as being an antagonist to Luffy at this point. I really don't. But man, there's so much to that. I really, really enjoy it, Zen. Let's see if we got anything else. You're thinking the Holy Knights will serve the function as powerful bounty hunters in numbers, though individually weak except for Shamrock since he's the leader. So you're guessing that the other Holy Knights will have combat-oriented devil fruits that work well with other powers. You're thinking Gunko is a good baseline to start for a lower-ranking Holy Knight in strength. Here. What if Brook's Devil Fruit Awakening is him being able to revive people, and with the help of Zoro due to Zoro being the king of hell? If that's the case, then Brook's Devil Fruit Awakening will be necessary at the end, and if Oda does decide to kill off a Straw Hat member, oh my god, that'd be crazy. I love that theory, dude. That is so much damn fun. I don't have any arguments against it. I love the concept. And especially with Oda not liking characters dying anyway, finding a way to revive them could be it. Or the Straw Hat dying what would happen is one of the younger Straw Hats die, and maybe Brook's Awakening is being able to do that one time. He can officially transfer his life into somebody else, and that would probably kill him, kind of like the Opie no Mi. When you like do the surgery, the user ends up dying. Same kind of thing. Maybe Brook gets a one and done, and if any Straw Hats were to die and it not be the end of the world, I think Brook makes the most sense, because Brook has already lived such a long and very rough life. He deserves to rest, like truly rest, and go see his crewmates again and things like that. So I could see them writing in a moment there at the end to give Brook the ultimate sacrifice to save the character that we need being saved. Like, what if it is Zoro? Like, what if it's actually Zoro? Like, God, that'd be so crazy. That'd be so crazy. Packing Brook before reuniting Laboon is wild. It better not happen before reuniting Laboon. It better not happen. I will say that. I will riot, dude. We all riot. We all flip the table. Or Law shows up, uses his power on a Straw Hat, then Brook brings Law back. Oh my god, Becky. That's crazy. So Brook gets the power to revive somebody. Law ends up having to use the Opie no Mi, probably on Luffy, because I've definitely been theorizing that Law is going to use it on Luffy, because we're going to need Luffy to be able to persist forever. Like, we need a perfect person like Luffy to keep the balance of everything. So then Law does that, but we still want Law, so then Brook makes the sacrifice for it. That'd be crazy, Becky. Oh my god, that'd be crazy. You also have a theory about Brook already meeting Laboon. Interesting. You think he did it on his world tour? It would have made sense for Brook to meet Laboon on his world tour, but it'd be diabolical that they off-screened us on that, or at least hasn't shown it yet. Okay, so we got one of the homies in Discord with their theory. for Brook meeting Laboon. I just saw this. Before the time skip, Brook would always talk about needing to meet Laboon before he dies. He also had a recording of the song they used to sing with Laboon, and he wants to show to Laboon so he doesn't forget him. That's also why he doesn't cut his hair. After the time skip, Brook seems to not bring up Laboon as much as he would before. He also doesn't care about dying anymore due to the fact that he was willing to give his life up for Luffy. It was shown in Wano. 5, last and but not least, Brook hasn't shown us or mentioned anything about the recording he was supposed to show Laboon, and he also doesn't care about what happens to his hair as much as he would before. I think those are all fantastic points. I think those are all fantastic points, and that's very, very possible, dude. What's the Mother Flame? Why is it so important? Well, so if we just get very metaphysical for a second, the Mother Flame is the power that keeps Earth and nature and life alive. So for any one human to be greedy enough to take from that flame and keep it just for themselves as opposed to letting it be there for all of the world is an inherent sin, or at least that's how I see it. So humans tainted the world and got punished by these gods because they broke the cardinal rule of you don't fuck with the good thing, basically. You don't take advantage of it. You don't be greedy. You don't take for yourself. Things are meant to be shared. Humans are meant to share these experiences, not keep them for oneself for gain over other humans. I think that's the OG sin here. You're curious who the third Holy Knight would be? Same, dude. Same. That one I am big curious on. Like, that's going to be huge, dude. And, like, what's their power level, right? Because, like, we were talking, Gunko, we don't know what the scale is, right? Obviously, it's fair to assume that Shamrock has to be the strongest of the Holy Knights. He's got to be. He's the leader. It would make the most sense. But where does Gunko fit on the hierarchy, right? Like is Gunko just like another person for him to have with him, or is Gunko actually a pretty powerful one? Like, you know, what if we have like, you know, we got commander and then we have like, you know, general or lieutenant. I don't understand how fucking roles work, so don't dog me on that. But like, you know, what level in the hierarchy is she? Do I want Enel to come back as well? Absolutely. I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool. I'm not like one of those people who desperately needs it to happen, but I think it'd be really cool and it'd be fun. Okay, so now looking at the far right, Tower of Babylon. The only real like the biggest thing is like this right here. So like this section where you have this little guy like flying and then these guys on this conveyor belt, that is exactly the same. Like the swirl right here, this swirl and these little dots under it, literally exactly the same as the swirl right here with the dots under it. There is that, like truly exactly the same. So bare minimum, same artist, you know? It's almost like Oda drew both of these. You think it's just the Ancient Kingdom? What, just like this tower and everything in general? It looks very industrialized. Isn't that an interesting thing? Like this looks like skyscrapers. This doesn't look like any buildings that we've seen in One Piece to date, in my opinion. The ship they're standing on could be the Half Moon people as well as Skypians, Shandians, Birkins on the original Uranus or ship with that lightning bolt. Okay. Yeah, they really could be. They really could be. Because they've got the little mustaches and everything. And it is interesting that they're obviously like sacrificing them here. You know, we got like a little bit of sacrificial vibes going there. Not optimal, of course. Alrighty, guys. I think I am going to leave it at that. If you guys want to continue the conversation, please hop in the Discord. Also, keep an eye out for the upload on YouTube tomorrow morning. This full thing will be on Patreon tonight, so you can watch this entire stream if you missed any of it and you want some more. That one's just a $3 little investment. That one's not too crazy. Thank you all so much for theory crafting with me. Shout out the Drop Squad Pirates and our community over here. I'm not a theory crafter. We are theory crafters here all together. None of my ideas are just my own because we have such a dope community around it. This is so much freaking fun. We're going to keep doing this every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Basically so we can read these chapters as soon as they're officially out, truly. But guys, y'all know what to do. Tell the people you love them. Drink some water, touch some grass, be safe out there, and I will catch you guys next time.